Oh my God, Colby, watch out.
What's that, Barry?
There's a shack. There's a shack. It almost sounds like a Boston accent. I gotta listen to somebody like for a while. And then I can kind of like pat it down just a little bit. Like there's some people that's hard, like Arnold Schwarzenegger for me, but I feel like I could do an Australian one. I just get like, let me talk to you for a little bit and then I got you.
Yeah, yeah. That's always it. You got to be listening to somebody.
Yeah.
My dad used to do that. We'd be just like a taxi ride from the house
Uh
to like the airport,
yeah.
and he would pick up the accent of the driver, and then it would take like an hour before it kind of went away. It didn't
uh
matter if it was like from another country, another part of this country,
yeah.
it was
Yeah,
it
you
was annoying.
chameleon.
Yeah. As
What's
a
going
kid, I hated it. It was like the worst thing ever. Dad, shut up. You're not from New York.
I'm walking here. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third week of...
Uh, you should know that it's Shark Week from that opening quote. It's a shark.
And it is like Colby's like favorite. It's not just Colby's. There is a market for it.
Yeah.
There's so many shark movies.
Right. And end of July, there's got another shark horror movie coming out called like Death Cave or something like that.
I saw I got done watching the movie for this week on one of the like, hey, you like that? You might like this movie, and it's like Quad Shark. It's a shark with five. I was like, oh.
Well, because there's two-headed shark, and then the sequel is three-headed shark, and then the third one's four-headed shark, and then there's and there's five-headed shark.
Yeah.
One of them they skip, so it's not perfect. It's not a perfect lineup of sharks.
Sharks.
Maybe a four-headed sharks is not there, or there's four-headed shark and then goes to six-headed shark.
Oh, gosh.
Something.
But
yes,
it's so weird.
They're amazing.
And then like we only have, besides King Kong, we have damn, no, we have Planet of the Apes. I forgot.
Monkeys are too much like people. I mean, it's fun a little, but it's not sharks.
And we only
no one ever was like, I don't want to go to the jungle because a chimpanzee is gonna rip off my arm and beat me with it. But there's a lot of people who are like, I'm not going in the ocean.
Well,
sharks.
There's so much more in the ocean than sharks.
Nope, it's only sharks. That's the only thing people are scared of.
I don't know. A kraken is one of, like a big ass squid can be one of them.
No, nobody ever said nobody I know ever said, I'm not going in the ocean because I don't want a squid touching me. But I have heard at least 10 people be like, nope, sharks.
Well, and then like we're also like in the era of like everybody has a phobia now. So like everyone has thalassophobia, which is like the fear of the ocean. Which, hey, I get it. I used to be in the ocean a lot. And yeah, when you can't see stuff, it's like, oh yeah, that's weird. This is gonna get bad.
I'm like, if you can't see it, it's not there.
Yeah, but like you have like a lot of philosophies for things. You're like, oh yeah, mold is nature's plastic for cheese.
It is right. You just cut it off and keep on eating.
You don't do that for bread though, right?
No,
Okay.
bread's too spongy. I like feel like
The spores.
it goes through. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all over the place.
yeah.
But here, let's go ahead and do our first section of a Mr. Movie trailer so we could finally reveal the name of this movie. When a grocery store gets held up, you think to yourself, it can't get any worse, right? Unless you're from Australia, where things can always get worse. Let's find out how this gets worse in Australia in 2012's Bait. Yeah, Australia, they always have the upgraded version of anything horrific that we have here.
Right. Yeah. We got tarantulas. They got like super tarantulas
We have coyotes here, they have jacked kangaroos.
and dingoes and
Dingoes. Yeah, and like they have koalas that have chlamydia and like syphilis. Yeah, like I think koalas is like one of like koalas like a marsupial, but it's like
yes.
one of the only not only animals, but I just feel like it's one of the animals that just has like a really smooth brain. Like people are like koalas are freaking dumb, dude. They're so dumb. Oh man, yeah, and I really don't recognize a lot of people here except for Balthazar from Charmed. Julian McMahon McMahon.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's also Doctor Doom in the
in the
early
original Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Fours.
He's
Yep.
also like in Nip Tuck. He's like the big star in this, and so when I saw him in this movie, I was like, oh, "Come on, you're too big for this movie."
Also, the one of the girls
It's
is
Twilight or something, right?
um the originals,
Oh, okay.
which was like a spin off
Vampire
of
Diaries.
Vampire Diaries. Yeah.
Yeah, I just man, like after like Buffy and Supernatural or Buffy and Angel, I just I didn't really get into like the originals or like Vampire Diaries, but then like at the time Supernatural was still around. I was like, what do I need those? I got Supernatural. I got these denim cladded nightmares over here. Oh man, but yeah, I was like, no, Jillian's way too big for this movie. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if was this like
it's an Australian movie.
2012. Is that early for him?
No, I mean, no. Charmed came out in 1997.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
season 2 or something like that, and he got
Yeah.
to like hook up with Alyssa Milano a lot.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fantastic Four came out, I think, what 2002, 2003, because I remember. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. But then again, I was like, I looked him up, and I was like, oh, okay, he's from Australia. He's Australian. So then,
Yes.
this being an Australian movie, it makes sense. Maybe like an older friend or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And it's also like this was.
But he's like the director, Kimball Rendell.
Yeah.
Hasn't directed a lot of stuff himself,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a big second unit or assistant director in some big movies: Matrix Reloaded, iRobot, Ghost Rider.
That doesn't help his case
Knowing.
at all. Because now it's like, well, you've worked on big projects. Oh man, but I guess to be fair, this is originally during the 3D craze of cinema.
That's true, and I did not watch it in 3D. I watched it in
2D,
2D.
normal. So but you know what? Let's get into this movie because it's not that bad.
But it's interesting you said that because there was some things with like a little jellyfish or like a little eel or something that swam too close to the camera, and I thought, wonder if they were trying to make that like 3D.
Yeah.
And now that you said that, it's like totally like, Oh, that probably would have been pretty cool on 3D
Yeah.
or 3D,
S.
real 3D DVD or whatever when they had the 3D
Oh, yeah.
TVs for
My TV's
eight,
3D.
eight, 18 months when it was popular and then it went away.
Yeah, my TV downstairs in my living room has 3D capabilities, but it's
That's kind of
just
awesome.
it gives you such a headache after like 30 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, the brain,
I,
the brain
I used to
isn't
always go into
meant.
like Best Buy and stuff and watch like 10 minutes of something on 3D because that was super cool, but
Yeah.
I never bought one and never tried.
Yeah, after like 30 minutes you're like, "Oh, your eyes get tired." It's like, it's like staring at an angel in its true form. You're just not meant to do that. Just can't comprehend it. Our brains aren't wrinkled enough for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this movie. And this movie starts off kind of like I was like, oh, okay, well, what direction is this movie gonna go in? Because I didn't watch a trailer. But we get to meet our main character, blonde. I don't know what his name is. If you could look it up.
Josh.
Josh, right? Hungover. He gets woken up by his future brother-in-law, and he's like, "Oh my god, what did you make me? Why'd you let me drink so much?" He's like, "It's your bachelorette, bro." Also, like for an Australian movie, not enough Australian accents.
Right. I would not have known that this was like an
Australian movie.
Australian movie if I didn't see it
Yeah.
in my research.
But yeah, no, like they're just like riffing a little bit on each other. They're getting geared up to work their shift. They're Baywatch people.
I like when he said, "Oh, here, you got a hangover. You should drink this." And it's a jar that looked like it was full of little fish. Like
Well,
I'm like,
I think it's an actual like flower tea.
oh,
Yeah, that's
so it was little petals.
yeah.
I was like, drink this jar of baby fish. That'll make you feel better.
Hey, everybody has like their own like little remedy. But what's a better remedy than biscuits and gravy in the morning? Get all that fat in there. Someone told me I should eat a raw potato before I drink, which makes sense. And I feel like it would work. I just don't want to eat a potato like it's an apple.
Yeah,
It's so starchy.
right.
But hey,
I've heard the do a shot of olive oil before you drink, and it'll keep you from being hungover.
Yeah, and mine is just like I'm gonna drink as much water as for like ratio 1-to-1 ratio of water to alcohol. Right.
Yeah,
and I just stay up and then pee it all out.
I was just recently on vacation and we just hung out at the pool like the whole time, and I mixed my tequila with blue Gatorade, and I didn't have to go 1 for 1, and I drank all day long and felt great the next day.
All those electrolytes.
Right, you're hydrating while you're
dehydrated. I can't, I got to do sugar-free stuff, though.
I knew I was going to be in the sun all day, so I didn't make them super strong.
Yeah. But yeah,
and I did the G2, so it was like the half sugar.
Yeah. But yeah, they're gearing up to do their lifeguard situation. Josh meets up with Tina, his fiance, and they're like, "Oh my God, aren't you gonna miss it? We're gonna be in Singapore soon." And he's like, "I'll go where you go, babe." And that's always like kind of dicey in any relationship. But let's not talk about that. But unfortunately, shark attack.
Yes.
Shark attack happens, and then like her brother, Tina's brother, his future brother-in-law, he's just like on a wave jet, and he's like super oblivious, which I was like, hey, I feel like as a lifeguard you should be more observant, but okay. And Josh giving you that main character energy, he's like, he starts swimming in open waters. I was like, do you guys only have one wave runner? Like,
I guess if you're trying to quicker than like trying to run to the wave runner if it's not close by.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But unfortunately, Josh isn't able to get his attention, and this guy gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like
Gee,
it almost
chop
looks like a
chop in half.
not even like a great white. It was like the size of this thing looked like a megalodon. And then we fast forward a year later, Josh still in Australia, staying in this like kind of just run down apartment. And yeah, and he goes to work. He works at this grocery store, which I feel like in Australia I hear amazing hourly benefits over there. Everybody can afford to go on a holiday for a whole month.
Right. It's called like Oceana Grocery or
Hmm.
something like that, but it's actually fun fact. It was actually an Aldi that
Oh,
they converted for the movie for the
and I gotta tell you, they opened up Aldi in Vegas, and I was like, everyone kept talking about it, so I was like, let me go check this place out. I was like, this is not gonna last. Because remember, we used to have like a fresh and easy
Yes, yeah.
all over the valley, and that
You are right.
just did
That
not
I because I've
last.
gone into that Aldi once and it totally reminds me of a Fresh and Easy.
And bare bones. But yeah, no, so like we kind of get to meet our cast of characters. We meet Jamie, this girl who is a little bit of a thief, but dating some guy named, was it Casey?
Ryan?
Ryan. And like he's another worker at the at the grocery store, and we meet Balthazar, who is played by what's his name in here?
Doyle.
Doyle. And he's like getting set up to get ready to go ahead and rob this place. And just like, it's a whole like kind of like a weird cast, not a weird cast, but it's just like a whole cast of characters. Jamie gets caught for like stealing, and then now like the general manager of this Fresh and Easy or this Aldi, he's like, "Nope, I want her arrested this time. This has gotten out of hand." All
Yeah.
right, and Ryan, or was his name Brian,
So Ryan's the
the
boyfriend.
boyfriend
Yeah.
of Jen? He's like, "Hey man, you're fired, dude. This is your girlfriend keeps coming in here causing up all this trouble. We call the police."
And he's like, whatever you think she stole, just take it out of my paycheck. And he's like, you don't get a final paycheck. Out of here.
Yeah. Which, hey, I don't know how it works in Australia, but it's like you're supposed to get a final paycheck. And yeah, and so like and of course the cop that comes is Jamie's dad, and
Yep.
he's just like, you could tell this guy is just like pretty tired. Jamie's been a kind of a rebel
Yeah. Yeah.
the last couple of years, and you kind of find out why is because her mom died. And it sucks. Yeah, hey, like like when a parent dies and a spouse at the same time, it's like it's hard to get through that. And like Jamie's giving her dad such a hard time, and I don't know. I was like, I was like at an age. I was like, hey, I'm at that age now where it's like, hey, I know you lost your mom, but like I also lost like the person that I love the most.
Right. Yes.
And, hey, but hey, some people have to kind of process differently. Some people get lost in the process and kind of, yeah, just have a bad time about it. But what's it called? Ryan, Josh ends up running into Tina, and we find out that they broke up after her brother died. And
She still went to Singapore. He
she
stayed in Australia.
and all of a sudden, this super handsome Asian. I have to. What's it called? Hype him up. I was like, "Whoa, yeah, we're winning, bro." Steven.
Yep.
And like, I feel so bad for Steven though, because Tina's like looking at Josh looking at Tina. You're like, ah, shit. Out of all the fucking grocery stores. And
Well, I guess if he's living that close to the beach,
yeah,
maybe she's home visiting like her parents.
yeah, that's
which
exactly
would be
what it
close.
was.
So yeah. So and Steven,
Mm-hmm.
what he's been in a bunch of stuff too, but a lot of it looks like
International.
international.
Yeah, you know, But yeah, it was like, oh, it's like, thank God. This guy who wasn't like some sort of nerdy Asian guy, he was actually like a pretty, like, he's decently, like, he's dressed nicely. He's a
Yep.
good looking kid, right? And so, like, yeah, all this is happening. We have like some couple in the parking or car park. That's what they call it, parking lot.
Right. That was kind of a whole ridiculous spin-off of this movie, but
Yeah, they're like doing it and stuff like. And I gotta tell you right now, right? Like, if you have a partner and they're kind of treating your pet like trash, it's like probably not a great partner. Like, not a great indicator for like when you guys have kids. Because
yeah.
when you have a spouse like that, like, man, they're as sooner or later they're coming home to punch. You know what I mean? But like, what's it called? Yeah. So Jamie, she gets like locked up in her car, and then her dad sees Doyle, played by Julian, going into the grocery store, putting a gun behind his back, and he's like, "Oh, I can't let this slide." Goes to the back of his car. He has a whole bunch of weapons in there, for police shit. And then, yeah, like he gets in there, gets to the manager, and like, yeah, we have a fucking Mexican standoff at this point. Because while he's holding up the manager, the cop catches Doyle. Now he's like put a gun to his head, but now Doyle's not partner, but like a person who he's being coerced by to
Yeah.
commit a crime, has now held, and now he's holding a hostage. And geez, like, yeah, he shoots this lady, which was like, oh, that sucks. And meanwhile, while all this is happening, there's been a little bit of rumbles in this grocery store, and everyone's been kind of wondering what that is. And then Josh hears the gun go off. He goes out, and he's like, whoa, what's going on? And kind of at this point, you could tell the mental state of Josh. He's been so depressed. He feels like, oh, I told him to go check that out because I wanted to go see my fiance, so he's dead because of me.
Right. Yeah. He was checking the buoy, and that was my job, but he did it for me. So it should
Yeah.
have been me out there with the shark.
And so he tries to approach this gunman. He's like, stay back, bro. I'm going to. I was like, yeah, I would have stayed back. But as all this is happening, we get a outside shot. And whew, I can tell you right now, being like, having been a beach bum in my early youth, when the shoreline recedes that far, it's not gonna be good, because this shoreline recedes about maybe a half a mile out back into the ocean.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's one Australian. He's like, sweet sweet waves, bro.
Everybody else is panic running, and he's running towards the ocean with a surfboard.
I was like, I get it. I was like, oh my God, I get it. I get why I was like, because if I saw that, yeah, sick waves. But like, you also, like, like when you see a whole bunch of fish just on the shore, you're like, yeah, I probably should start running. And I gotta say, Anchor Bay is a step up from Asylum, because this one at least looks like, when they do like the drone shots, it actually looks like it kills a bunch of people with the CG
Right.
water.
Right. Yeah. It's for 13 years ago, fairly
Yeah.
decent CG effects.
Yeah.
They tried.
Yeah,
they put some
they
slow college effort into this.
Yeah, they put some stank on it. And when this wave hits the shore, it floods this coastal city. And it floods into this grocery store. It causes like a huge pileup, and now a lot of people are dead because the water's rushing in. It's like knocking people unconscious.
And the store is like set into the ground. It's not like flat. So like this wave comes and just totally floods into the store and into the car park.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we get introduced to like the meat of the movie, where everything kind of just settles in, and this is like where all the people that we're gonna have.
Right. And so you got the dad, the cop dad,
Yep.
but he's injured, like metal spike in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on one side of the store, and they start pulling everybody up on top of
Yeah, on top
the
of the
cooler,
shelves.
the shelves, and then you got Doyle,
Yeah.
the criminal, on the other side, and so
Yeah, and then then we also have like like Jamie, like because then she ends up getting out of the car because of Ryan earlier, and she's like, okay, I'll go get your stupid job back.
right, yep,
Yeah, we get the Aldi manager. We get a strange Australian man who, like, funny enough, did not sound Australian. He sounds Australian like how I sound Australian.
right.
With,
But there's a lot of bodies that
yeah,
are people that got like drowned or like banged around and knocked out and then drowned.
yeah,
And you see the guy who had killed the girl with the mask
yeah,
is floating there dead. So
yeah, and then we
you're
also
like, okay,
have
we got semi bad Doyle, but we don't have the big bad. He's
yeah,
gone.
and then like Tina and Steven obviously make it out.
Right.
And yeah, so this is kind of like our cast of characters in this situation, and they're just like, what do we do? How do we get out of here? And they don't know that. Like, also one of the security guard for the Aldi is there too, and they're kind of just
And the store manager.
and the store manager. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said that one. Aldi manager. Yeah, Aldi manager.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then down in the car park, Ryan is still alive after his
Yes.
Volkswagen tumbles, and yeah, the couple that was doing it in the car park. And so now they're just trying to find a way to survive. They're like wondering, like, oh, is somebody gonna come for us? What's going on? And everything seems kind of just like, hey, let's just wait it out, survive as long as we can. We need to. Everything seems fine besides like the flooding. Hopefully they'll send some rescue units, and then we'll be able to call them out. And that seems like the perfect plan for the moment until like they're like, hey, like talk to the security guard and like, hey, can you check if the docks, if we're gonna be able to get to the loading docks, and then we can kind of just like empty this place out and then assess
Right.
everything else.
Right. And because there's a car or a Jeep or something that's
Yeah.
like jammed in the front doors, kind of got like the wave had pushed it in. So like they can't
get
see
through.
where yeah. And they're kind of a little in like not in like a hurry, but they're like if there's more aftershocks,
Yeah.
this place is going to come down on us. And the water seems to be rising slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, and mainly that's like Josh and Tina talking because they were lifeguards, so they kind of understand the procedures of everything that's happening. And at this point, all the Aldi manager's like, wow, Ryan actually, or what's it called, Josh actually seems like he has all his stuff together, Because at the beginning of the movie, he's like, Jesus Christ, Josh, can you clean yourself up? You look like a goddamn mess.
Right. Yeah.
But so like they have the security guard go check the loading dock, see if they can get out there, but at that point, Josh kind of sees something in the water.
Yeah.
He sees something moving, so he's like telling everybody, get out of the water, get on the shelf. I think there's something in the water, and unfortunately, the security guard is the one that gets eaten at this point. Pretty good shark kill though, because he kind of like he tries to like lift himself up towards Jamie.
Yeah.
And so she tries to help, but then like a cool shot here is like he gets eaten all the way up to like the neck and his head starts floating away. I was like, oh, see that? Hey, that was pretty good.
And it's really kind of cool because like leading up to that, as people are like trying to swim and get on top of the shelves and stuff, there's a couple times where like there's an obvious dead body or something like off in the background that just is like whoop, and you see it like just get like sucked under. And like nobody sees it because there's so much chaos going on.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting like little subtle thing. If you look, there's a like maybe 3 times something like just kind of whoop, disappears
dips down.
underwater.
Yeah, so they're like, holy crap, okay, this is bad, because Josh is like, it looks like it's 6 well, it's like 6 from tail to dorsal or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, that means we got a 12-foot shark in here. I was like, oh my God. So now everybody's freaked out. Everyone's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And then there's like a little bit of like the building rumbling, and then exposed wires come out. And so they're like, oh man, we got to shut the water off, or the electric off.
Right, because if this water keeps raising, eventually it's going to hit that power cord, and then
we're all dead.
We're standing on metal shelves, so
it's not going to be great.
We're all going to feel a tingle.
Right? And so they try to come up with this plan. They're like, what are we going to do? And then Steve, like Josh is like, I'll do it. I'll be the hero. And Tina's like, you can't. Your arm is cut up. The moment you hit that water, that shark's going to smell that blood.
Right.
Which we do know, a single drop of blood, a shark can smell it from half a mile away.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is great. That's crazy. And so Steven, Tina's boyfriend, is like, I have a plan. And so like he plans to make himself like a little shark cage. And he's trying to talk to Josh. He's like, hey man, listen, I'm pretty sure that you guys were together before she came to Singapore, and I want to let you know that like it wasn't like immediate. Like this didn't just happen, and even after we got together, it took a long time.
Yeah.
For her to kind of heal, and so I hope you find some solace in that. Just like, I appreciate it, but I would still be kind of mad.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm still banging your girl.
Yeah.
But I didn't start banging her right away.
Yeah. So if there's any comfort you can find in that, I hope you do find it. I was like, man, God, you make it. Even if that happened, I would still be mad. But I'm like, you're making it really hard for me to be mad at you. And so they set up like this little cage device, even with like a breathing apparatus.
Right.
But it's not long enough. It's not long enough, and Steven, true Asian alpha energy, he takes off the breathing apparatus and he goes for the shutdown. Unfortunately, he can't get back to the breathing apparatus. It's like filled up with water now.
Well, no, it's air, so it has floated.
Yeah.
And he's in this little metal cage that he has built for himself to protect him from the shark, so he can't swim hard enough to get back to the surface.
Well, yeah, because it's also weighted down by like canned food.
Right.
And he ends up dying.
Black beans. I'm not sure what it was.
Damn frijoles. And the guy ends up drowning, which I was like, that's even, I feel like that's worse.
But he was caged, so he never got eaten by the shark.
I think I would rather get eaten by the shark. It's quicker than drowning. Drowning is like, I always hear, it's one of the only ways Wolverine can die. Think about that. An immortal being dying by, Yep. And, Tina's like, oh my God. And I was like, we all knew he wasn't going to make it. He should have just stayed in Singapore. Like, why would I leave Singapore? Singapore is dope. It's so clean here. And meanwhile, Ryan is downstairs with the couple. Dude, the guy is such a villain. He throws her dog into the water so it could act as bait.
Yep.
She's so mad, and she has the right to be mad, bro. Like, how are you gonna kill my dog? It's so bad.
And they argue over like the most petty things. He's all like, let me use the heel of your shoe to break the car window so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not letting you break my Gucci's. And he's like, well, they're gonna get wet and ruined anyway. And I bought them for you. They're not really Gucci's. What kind of man lies about buying another person Gucci's?
A man trying to save a penny,
Right.
And unfortunately, it's such a weird side plot because not a ton happens. Like Ryan doesn't make his way to the surface. They kind of just like wait for themselves to get rescued. But
Right.
like, hey, this guy was like kind of a douchebag to Ryan. He's like, "Oh, what's up, freak?" And but like during
But
this
that
whole
there is also, of course, a second shark
yeah,
in
of
the car.
course, of
So,
course. Well, what's a movie without two sharks?
right. Yeah.
Oh man, but like unfortunately, like what's it called? Ryan tries to get to them because he has what they call a flashlight, a torch, and Kyle, I think is his name. He ends up falling as he's trying to save Ryan, and he gets eaten by the shark. And I was like,
Yep.
well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that watch this movie. He's like, yeah, that sounds right. And so now, like, now upstairs, they're kind of just like, well, we need to find a way to get out of here. Maybe we can find some place to crawl out of, but we need to distract the shark. So they try to distract it with a foot, and it's like the fake sounding Australian guys are like, it seems like he doesn't want a dead people, he wants live. That's like such a
He's
lazy
gotten a
Australian.
taste for live people now.
You sound like a tavern, like a English Cockney tavern dweller. Hey, I was worse. At least that sounds like closer. And so we find out that he was actually the masked individual. Oh, well, sorry. Before that, they tried to kind of switch the manager over from one side to the other, and he ends up getting eaten by the shark in a real that probably
Right,
coolest kill.
Because he was going to try to see if
he can crawl
they
out.
could get into the air conditioning vent, because he was like, if at least one of us can get out,
Yeah,
they can go let the
rescue.
emergency services know that there's people trapped in here.
Yeah, but then he gets attacked by a whole bunch of baby crabs.
I wasn't sure if it was crabs or spiders, or
Yeah.
maybe he just never cleaned up there. It's fall full of spiders.
Nah, I rewound it. I was like, well, oh wow, now we have spiders in here. I was like, no, those are crabs. Those are little baby crabs. And then he gets eaten. Like probably the coolest kill in the movie.
Yeah.
And so like they're planning this, and so like the masked man, he's like he takes somebody hostage again, throws like the hottest chick there into the water, and Julian or Doyle spears him from the back.
Yes.
And he's like, if it seems like we gotta have life, then why not you? And he gets totally messed up. He gets hooked, and then the shark gets hooked.
Oh, right, because they get hooked because they had grabbed a meat like where they hung
hook.
the
Yeah,
a meat hook. Obviously, that's the word. That's the name of it. From like the little butcher section.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're gonna hook him, and then we might not be able to kill him, but if we can hook him and then tie him up on one side, then we can swim out the other side.
Yeah. And so like after that, they're like they hatch this plan to like get over to like the steps, so like out of the water and all that stuff. But then Jamie, before she gets in, she hears Ryan tapping on the pipes, and it's their code tap, which I was like, that's like the most iconic way to knock on somebody's door.
Yes.
Right? It's the bump 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 bump.
Yeah. Yep.
And she's like, oh my God, he's alive. I have to go for him. And Josh is like, all right, I'll go. And then Tina and Josh have this moment where he's like, yeah, come back, baby. I never blamed you for my brother dying, and I'm sure he wouldn't have either.
Right. I always blamed me.
Yeah. And so, like, at least Josh is like, at least he's smart, right? Because when they get into the stairwell, he's like, all right, we got to close this door so we can open this door and it doesn't flood the car, the car park.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, hey, they got some smarts on them. Cool. Good, right? And Jamie is so one-track minded about Ryan that constantly puts Josh in danger. But then like the what's it called, the shark knocks into like her dad's car, and she tells Josh like, hey, my dad has a whole bunch of weapons in there. If you can get it, maybe we can kill the shark and we'll be okay. And so yeah, man, Josh goes full Rambo on this thing. Loads up the shotgun and fucking obliterates this shark.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool kill too, because you see like the shark brain gets blown out of the water. I was like, all right, that's pretty tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, upstairs, what's it called? Doyle has like he concocted this plan. He's like, I'm gonna hook up that car battery over to one of the live wires, and maybe we could overload the battery, causing an explosion, and then hopefully make a big enough gap that we can get the fuck out of it.
Yep.
Right? And so, like, yeah, they save Ryan and they save the girl with the dog bully. They get back up there. Smart. They go up the, what's it called? The little space above the door so they don't flood it again. Which I was like, well, maybe they should flood the car park, and then
I didn't think about that in the original watching of this movie, but now that you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, once they save those people, they should just open that up, and it would all the water would drain out of the top
into the car park.
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah, so like they're able to kind of like, get to safe places, but Josh is on a fucking mission. He's fucking full John Rambo on this situation, because he's like, him and Doyle connect. He's like, I'm gonna blow us out of here, but like this, you got to do something about this shark,
right? Because now the shark has gotten off the hook.
Yeah. And so like Josh puts himself on this little platform that fell from the building, and he tries to like shotgun it, but then now the shotgun is like too wet.
Yeah.
Which I was like, well, I mean, you shot. Oh, okay, whatever.
Well, let's say the shotgun ran out of bullets because he doesn't know how many bullets a shotgun holds.
Well, I guess like, yeah, but so like full Fast and Furious action scene moment. He like does a flip, hooks his legs onto the pipe, takes out the stun gun, and unloads on this shark. Which after that, I was like, no, I gotta Google this. Can a taser kill a shark? And it's like, no, it can't. Depending, even like for like tasers built for sharks, it would just like stun them, maybe put them to sleep. But hey, that's all you kind of really need, right? You just like hope for the best.
Right. And now half the people are already up on the steps.
Yeah.
Kind of hiding, waiting for the so it stun. We'll go with stun. Stun is okay.
That's what you want. You're like, oh, poor shark.
Right, because I want like him to still
be alive,
get somebody.
But it does it, and Doyle's able to overload the car battery and blow a hole into the wall, and they're able to escape from the Aldi. And they get out of there, and they're like looking over the landscape of this coastal city in Australia, and it is devastated by this tsunami.
Right, but for some reason, the sky is so blue, and the ocean is so blue, and it's still beautiful, even though the buildings are all decimated.
I honestly, I thought like when they got out, it was going to be super flooded, and there was going to be a whole bunch of sharks around.
Oh, that would have been good too.
That's what you wanted.
That would have been better.
Yeah. And the movie ends there. So let's go ahead into our other section: high star, low star. Colby.
There was only 5 out of 5s. I didn't see anything less than that. 5 out of 5. I love this specific genre of cinematic garbage featuring a town getting hit by a tsunami, leaving the citizens surrounded by sharks or crocs or CGI, whatever, and it looks like a PS2 cutscene. This chaos is the heart of Sharksmopositin, a genre born from Jaws that has evolved into campy masterpieces where the predators end up in places from supermarkets to suburban basements, to the unrefined eye. It's a disaster. But as a connoisseur of low budget aquatic horror, I find the subversion of suburban safety through an ecological lens to be quite profound. All in all, this movie was so terrible, I give it 5 out of 5 stars.
And I got a 1 out of 5. It was either way too long or like really short, so I had to like go for the most. What I felt like was the most iconic short review.
Yeah.
Was 1 star. I have to stop giving Australian cinema a chance. Oh, Colby, what are your thoughts on this movie?
So it was a huge flop in Australia. It made $800,000, way under its budget. And then they released it in China, and it was a huge hit. It made like $24 million opening week.
Hey man, China loves those disaster films.
Yeah, no, I thought this was a really like a little bit different twist, a little bit fun play on the shark movie. But like they really tried. Like the actors wasn't like big name actors, but like everybody kind of, gave it their full effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun. It was good. Some really good shark kills. Some, so a lot of people had to die. So interesting fun fact. The shark only killed men. No women got killed by the shark.
Oh, damn! I didn't think about it.
I didn't think about that either. And then it was. I saw a little fun fact thing that said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it all quite a bit. Other thing was the director really wanted to do it all practical.
Yeah.
But he only had the budget to do 3 full or partial shark.
Yeah.
Prosthetics. Is that what it is? I don't know. But so they ended up budget wise, they had to come back in later and do some. But CG. Most of the ones where when you're seeing the shark head bite somebody, it is actually all practical.
Yeah, that's what, like, as I was watching this movie, because I was like, man, this movie is gonna be nothing but slap, or like this month it was gonna be nothing but slap, shark slap. This one is actually, yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, piggybacking off of you, I felt like that, except for Tina was like kind of like but all the other actors I thought did pretty well. It felt real, and I think that's because, like, I think having it be a contained horror of like all this is gonna happen in this like 2 locations, and that's kind of like it. So I'll give the director, what's his name, Campbell, or her name,
Kimball Rendell.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
I'll give them like their props on that, because he made sure like, oh, everybody's got to bring their A game, because that's kind of what's going to carry this movie. And yeah, Josh did, I think he did pretty well as like, the grief-stricken young man trying to just put himself in danger to help save as many people as possible. You have Doyle, who was like, he didn't want to, hurt anybody during this robbery. He didn't even want to do the robbery. He was kind of just forced into it to save his younger brother, who I gotta say I thought was Ryan, because they kind of have the same like hair and facial structure.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe is that his brother? Yeah, like even like like his little speech to the manager, he's like, yeah, you settled into this place. You're gonna slum it for 40 years, and then just whatever after is gonna happen. But like, I was like, damn, man, at least the guy's not a criminal, but okay. And so like I felt like everybody brought their A game in this acting situation. Um, I will say like the one of my gripes is like this needed more cool kills because that's what you want from like campy like horror films. You're like, give me
Right.
some really solid kills, and
Yeah.
that's all I really need. And besides like the manager when he got bit in half, everything else was underwater. And I understand it because budget restrictions is what's like probably keeping it um under a tight constriction. But I was like, nah, you gotta get more cool kills in here. But
Agreed.
that's really my only gripe in it. Usually with like this kind of film, I would have been like, the acting was pretty bad. But no, pretty believable characters. You have a decent amount of character depth. Especially
Right. And there's that little sub story of, is are these we have the criminal and the cop that are
yeah.
both still alive on opposite sides, or
Yeah, you get Jamie with her backstory, Jamie and the cop with their backstory of like they're just trying to find a way to pick up the pieces after like his wife and her mom died. You have Doyle having to do crime just to save his brother. You have Josh who's grief stricken, like feeling bearing the weight of responsibility of his friend dying.
right.
And like the fractured relationship between him and Tina. So yeah, I was like, you know what, this is actually a pretty solid film. Like, the CG was kind of like the CG was absolutely dated, but you got to kind of care about these characters, and like I would have liked to see at least one of the main characters get eaten, but
Mm-hmm.
not every movie could be Deep Blue Sea.
It is really funny that you say that because the co-writers
Yeah.
are a Russell uh, Macaulay
Hmm.
and Duncan Kennedy,
Yeah.
and Duncan Kennedy was a co-writer on Deep Blue Sea 1, 2, and 3.
That's awesome. It got worse. But hey, it kind of gave you that feeling you cared about the characters from Deep Blue Sea.
Right. Yeah.
It was a save in this one. But we're coming up to our hour, so I want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our other theme months down below, where we have actor-specific months, holiday-specific months, and everything and everywhere else in between.
And I at least like shark movies. So if you kind of go through our library of things we've watched, you could find some more shark movies.
Shark movies are fine. I don't hate them. Let's just, there. I draw a line where how shark is. Oh man! But we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have streaming it, DVD, it, Blu-ray, it, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where are you at for this one?
Um, now that I looked and I saw that Duncan Kennedy was like a co-writer on this, if you did Duncan Kennedy shark movies and we got the 3 Deep Blue Seas and this one together, that's Ultimate Box, 100%. But yeah, I'd probably do this Blu-ray. This was a lot of fun. I feel like everything about this was good enough to give some real rewatch value.
Yeah.
I would make other people watch this.
Like if it came out with like a Blu-ray 3D, I was like, I feel so dirty saying it, but I probably do Blu-ray 3D. I think it's fun enough. The action stays constant. Nothing really stagnates. Like the only thing is kind of like I could care less about the car park people.
Right. It was just.
It kind of feels like it takes away from like the main like group of people, but I get it. You know what I mean?
Almost if they would have done the
Yeah.
a little bit earlier in the movie and made that like a little like, hey, he's alive, we got to go save him
Yeah.
mid movie instead of at the end of the movie.
Yeah, to like have like that tension before like they hook the shark with the meat hook. You could have done
Yeah.
that and then really rised up the tension of trying to save Ryan and Kyle died, but yeah, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was a ton of fun. I think it's a perfect like man, if we could just like stream this movie with the audience just to watch it and kind of like riff on it while we do it, it'd be really fun. I think that would be like a really fun tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our links down below where we're trying to upload.
Yeah, we got our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. We're kind of like everywhere. Like us. Pick your favorite social media
Yeah.
and
hit us
follow
up.
us.
Oh man. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.